isn't one benefit from the COVID pandemic the restructuring and the reformulation of the value chain so that it can be more reliable, effective, and even more cost effective? Perhaps we can open that up to our panel. We'll start with you, Bill.
Well, I think definitely that's true, and especially as I said, in the areas, the new areas for growth where, let's face it, people don't want to live in the metropolitan areas, so they're moving out to other areas, which creates a logistical change in the way things are going to happen. It's not going to be some new products unless it's a new vaccine and it's a new temperature it's got to be stored at, or how you want to monitor it, or whatever you want to do. But it's sort of the relocation of things, number one, and that's going back to, because we're not talking about a lot of new products here. We're talking about different ways to get them somewhere and to reduce the cost and make things more effective and reliable. And I'll turn it over to Leslie or one of the others, or you, Rob.
Well, I'll immediately turn it over to Leslie. You were going to be my next port of call. I think Bill's set you up well there.
That set me up really well, Bill. Thank you. Yeah, to complement what you said, as things move away from the larger metropolitan areas, the use of technology, like Ravi said, is more important than ever. And bringing real-time data in and being able to make decisions quickly when you're not right in front of either a process or an application or a supply chain delivering piece of equipment, that is absolutely important. And I think the more we look at what the pandemic and some of the actual bright side of it is the technology innovation and the move towards really realizing what we're capable of remotely, and that's what it's about.
Absolutely. And to you, Ravin, I know we've discussed this before, the benefits of the pandemic, if we can call it that, but your thoughts on this?
Sounded like a broken tape recorder on this all night, and I think that the pandemic's just forced a paradigm shift back to how things used to be in terms of plan Bs and having a backup to your extremely lean supply chain. The difference now, though, is that you can do it because costs are much lower. And the example I'll give you, in line with what ANOVA does, for example, when I worked with one of the large European industrial gas companies 25 years ago, we had a remote monitoring unit that we would put on liquid oxygen and liquid nitrogen tanks. And back then, it cost $1,200 to put on a tank to be able to monitor, right? So you only did it as a high value location where you didn't want to run out, or you had a contract. Today, you can do it as a SaaS service at, $2 a week. And we've got hydrogen plant power sources that we put into plants today in the business that I'm in, and we do it at $2 a week to understand what the diagnostics and prognostics of the power source is experiencing. So for $100 a year, you're able to do the same. So technology is going to change how we approach everything. And Bill talked about resilience. Resilience is going to be the key moving forward. Resilience of your supply chain, resilience of your product, resilience of your service. And technology is going to enable us to be able to do it at a far lower cost than it was before, which means many different companies will join our industry to be able to provide that service to resellers, to smaller companies, to equipment providers, and also to the large multinational companies.